This is happening to you persistently. You have to figure out, what do I do to earn my boss's trust? How do you do that? This is a free lesson, not part of this class. You got to stand up for yourself. When you have an unreasonable idea and the contrarian in the room is influential in the organization, how far do you take the debate? A great phrase is, under what circumstances would you think this is a good idea? Under what circumstances would you sell your house and give me all the money? Well, if I bought you Graceland and you could move into, Elvis's old mansion in Nashville, some of you would be very interested. Polite is first to show that you've actually heard whatever it is you want to disagree with. So people are much more open to discussion after they feel heard. Understand and acknowledge, find something in what they're saying that you can agree with or compliment to show that you're, ironically, a reasonable person when you're about to be unreasonable. I understand several advantages to golf carts. However, I live in the suburbs and I'm very concerned about the range of a golf cart as well as it being uncomfortable in the rain or the cold. If someone's being repeatedly obstinate and just refusing to recognize other perspectives, you do have only one choice, and that choice is either go silent and say, all right, golf carts it is, roll your eyes to yourself if not in public, or say, well, it doesn't feel like you're legitimately listening to concerns. I'm afraid I just have to disagree. If you have a boss or a workplace where people can rage and throw things, it's time to go to a different workplace in the modern world. I can tell you feel really strongly about this. You've made that really clear. And I want to let you know, I hear that you really care, but I'm not yet following. The power of questions is underrated. So as opposed to getting in a fight, you ask them honestly, why do you have so much energy? You have two choices here, which is we can raise the volume or you can settle down. But you got to decide you're willing to stake your job on that. Even if it takes 3 years to get to a better place, that leaves you like 20 or 30 or 40 years to enjoy the better place. The more you speak in meetings, the more likely you are to be promoted. It isn't that people really disagree. It's that they're misunderstanding each other. You try and be the peacemaker or the person who brings it all together. There's so many ways to be the hero. You can be the translator who brings everyone together. You can be the peacemaker if you're 7 levels below the people in question and it's not your role. If you're the intern and the CFO is fighting with the CTO, no, it's not your place to step in. But as long as you're reasonably a peer, I look at it as an opportunity. What evidence would you accept from that? Or under what circumstances will you feel we've tried this enough? Meetings are a terrible place to win anything because other people's egos are on the line. Henry Ford once said, well, my name is on the building, right? The founder of Ford Motors. When asked why they were going to do a certain thing, he said, well, my name is on the building. And he was just saying, in the end, I get to decide what happens here. Amazon has this idea, not all cultures have it, called disagree and commit, which says you're free to disagree for a while, but once a decision is made, you're expected to commit. Even bad plans can be made to work with enough effort. Under what circumstances would you feel comfortable? Steve Jobs had a great quote here. He said, if you want to be liked, by all means, do not run a business, sell ice cream. Sometimes you got to find a way around them. And if they're a little bit angry, they'll get over it or they won't. And both of those are fine. Sometimes I have to discriminate between good ideas and the few great ideas we have time for. If you are being driven a little bit crazy by people bringing you ideas, count your blessings. Because most leaders would die to have someone helping them out. One of us heard you say yes, and one of us heard you say no. If you go around behind your boss's back, you better be polishing your resume.